Good Sunday morning, everybody. This is week number 38 of me drawing every day for a year. Let's get into it. This first spread is of me, self-portrait drawings. Let's get it in the correct orientation. I'll start from the bottom here and sort of shift the sketchbook up as I talk about it. So this, as you could see, hopefully you could recognize me by now. It's a series of self-portrait drawings done in fountain pen. And the main objective of this spread was to sort of mash and mish and integrate one drawing into the next, into the next, into the next. I think it worked out fairly well. There could be a bit more mishing and mashing in this area, but this was the drawing that I did on September 24th. On September 24th, I stopped it right there. There was this big empty white space there, and it wasn't sitting well with me. I was thinking about it all week, and last night I came back to it and drew this last drawing of me seen in a reflection of a handheld mirror, and I like the fact that I incorporated the handheld mirror there. Tell me what you think about it. So one more pass on the entire drawing. There we go. And moving back to landscape orientation and moving on to the next spread. So these were done over 2 lunch breaks of my co-workers Mike and Angel, and I caught them at the tail end of the lunch, so I had about 10 minutes for each drawing. A point about these 2 drawings, not necessarily those 2 drawings specifically, but what I found out over doing it was that a limited time frame is a good thing, at least for me, because it just eliminated all the extra stuff, like all the detail stuff that I normally get into. I knew I had 10 minutes, and so I just had to put down the basic information of each of my sitters. And I wasn't too worried about the nitpicky, like, oh, does this strand of hair go there, or that eyelash go up this way or that way? Nope. It was all about big shapes going into their features. The second thing about this particular spread is that I really enjoy using ballpoint pen. It's probably my favorite drawing tool, the tool that I'm most familiar with and comfortable with. So for anybody who is humming and hawing about sketching for one reason or another, choose a drawing medium that you're really familiar with and comfortable with using. And that'll eliminate a set of worries that, you don't have to worry about anymore. So that's what I suggest. Limited time window and using a drawing tool that you're extremely comfortable with will get you on the right path in producing work. On to the next spread. This is Raquel, done over a lunch sitting as well. I hope you recognize her. She was my subject and I was her subject last week. We did a sitting swap last week. And the spread is a mishmash of images. My dad was admitted to the hospital that night, so I sat with him in the emergency room and did a series of drawings while we were waiting for his doctor. I'm going to shout out North York General for their emergency room staff. They were amazing. They were compassionate, patient, caring, something that I really haven't faced in past emergency room experiences. So thank you very much for taking great care of my dad while he was down there. Yes. Another series of drawings of my dad using fountain pen this time. Something that I noticed using these 2 mediums in close time proximity, it was very evident that one tool over the other is not better or worse, but they just offer different features. The fountain pen, it's a black and white, pardon the pun, black and white tool. You either draw a black line or you don't. The ballpoint pen, however, allows a bit more flex. If you put a bit more heavy pressure into a ballpoint pen, it gives you a heavier line. If you lighten that pressure, it gives you a lighter line. So it gives this great ability to produce gradations. I'm going to stop showing you the sketchbook for now and tell you a bit of a story. So my dad is okay, doing well, moved up to a room where he's currently at, sharing it with another gentleman. When I immediately saw my dad's roommate, I was like, I know this guy from somewhere. Didn't know where, but his face was very familiar to me. And on another note, this was the type of face that, as a portrait artist, I could really sink into. He had unique features, very sharp, very strong, very non-vanilla. So anyways, over the course of the last few days, I've gotten to know my dad's roommate, and I asked him a few days ago if I could sketch him. And he hesitantly agreed. And so I was sketching him over the last few days and produced quite a few drawings of him. Anyways, yesterday rolled around. I drew another drawing of him yesterday. And he said to me, I don't think I should have given you permission to draw me. So out of respect for his privacy, I'm not going to show you those spreads, but to say that he was a great sitter is an understatement. A portrait artist's dream to draw this particular gentleman, at least for me, this portrait artist. So I'm going to skip his spreads and move on to the last spread of the week. Surprise, surprise, it was of my father. This was the last drawing I did of him last night. He's resting comfortably. He's eating well, I think. It's hospital food, so it's limited. But he's doing well, and hopefully he'll be released soon. Anyways, thank you for joining me this week. I apologize for it being such an abbreviated amount of drawings. I hope you understand. Hopefully I'll get back to normal next week. I'll see you next week. I hope you have a great week. Bye for now.